Okay, now let's talk about EA. And I'm sorry for the running out of breath and the freaking screwing up words and stuff. I'm really tired right now. It's like 5 a.m. and I always screw up words anyway. And running out of breath, I'm just really tired. So, and I also have asthma, if you don't know. And I'm also fat, if you didn't know. So yeah. Anyway, let's talk about EA now. Alright, EA. The first thing they're going to do, they're going to start it off with some douchebag guy from Visceral Games coming up and saying, "Hey, what's up, guys? Dead Space 3. There you go. That's what they're going to do. They're just going to come up, "Hey, what's up, guys? Dead Space 3. And they're going to announce Dead Space 3, maybe show some gameplay, maybe a little bit, maybe an ice planet section, because I heard the game is going to mainly take place on an ice planet. So they're going to show a little bit of that, maybe a big ice creature. I don't know. Maybe some of the co-op, allegedly co-op. I don't know. What else they're going to announce? They're going to announce, most likely not, but maybe, fingers crossed, Bad Company 3 for 2013, maybe even 2014. I don't know. I highly doubt it, but Bad Company 3, if that is true, then I can't wait, because I love Bad Company 2. I thought it was a very fun story with a great multiplayer. So hopefully this time they'll say, "Hey, screw Battlefield 4. Let's do Bad Company 3. Yeah, let's do it. Gors wants it. Let's do it. Man, that guy's cool." They're going to show gameplay from the BioWare Command & Conquer game that was shown at Spike Video Game Awards, which most likely will be the case, but I don't really care because I don't like Command & Conquer. Mirror's Edge 2? Question mark. I put a question mark there. Question mark? Maybe. Maybe they'll announce it. Maybe they'll show something. I don't know. Dishonored gameplay? Question mark. Well, they have to. I mean, that shouldn't have a question mark because it's coming out in October. When else are they going to show gameplay? They already showed a trailer. It looked awesome. Hopefully the gameplay will look just as awesome. The next game, Crisis 3? Gameplay? I don't know. It comes out, what, February of next year? Or March? I don't know. I like Crisis 2, so hopefully this one looks just as good. Crisis 3. Medal of Honor Warfighter gameplay? There's no question mark. I don't know why I'm doing this. I just like doing this. Question mark? No, they're going to show that because that's like their only chance of ever fighting off Call of Duty. Well, besides Battlefield. That and Battlefield, you know. That's coming out this year. That's why I don't think a Battlefield game's coming out this year, because they have Medal of Honor. So I didn't like the Medal of Honor game that just came out in 2010, so I'm probably not gonna like this one. But they're gonna show gameplay. Dragon Age 3, maybe? Question mark. Dragon Age 3 or a Mass Effect 3, or I'm sorry, not Mass Effect 3, a Mass Effect MMO? Question mark. I don't know. I'm going to stop saying question mark. And the last thing, they're going to show a new Need for Speed game, which is obvious. So they're going to show that. So anyway, there you go. That was EA. Last conference we're going to talk about is Ubisoft, which, yeah, it's going to be a big one. So sit tight. Alright, the first thing they're going to show is, maybe not the first thing, but they're going to show, most likely the first thing, is Assassin's Creed 3 gameplay, which I can't wait for. It looks so good. I mean, after Revelations, I was like, hey, this is still great, but maybe a little break from Assassin's Creed. Then I saw the trailer and the gameplay, a little bit of the gameplay for Assassin's Creed 3, and I was like, that looks great. I can't wait. So, it looks great. Far Cry 3 gameplay? Question mark? No, I'm just kidding. No, they're definitely going to show that. They did last year, so they're going to show a little bit more. That's going to be a big game this year. Rayman Legends, because it's an Ubisoft game, they might show a little bit more here and there. Maybe just show regular stuff without a Wii U controller. I don't know. Hopefully some more stuff about Beyond Good and Evil 3, but, I mean, 2... Beyond Good and Evil 3, yeah, that's wishful thinking. But Beyond Good and Evil 2, that's wishful thinking right there too, because I highly doubt it's going to happen. But Beyond Good and Evil 1 is one of my favorite games for the PS2. I can't wait. So hopefully they'll show some of that, but I doubt it. A Uplay update or a overhauled version of Uplay. If you don't know, that means you haven't played any Ubisoft games, because they have this Uplay thing where you earn awards by getting achievements in the game, and you get these points, and you can actually buy little things in the game in this place called the Uplay store, and you can like buy wallpapers and stuff for your multiplayer character and stuff for whatever game you're playing. It has to be a Ubisoft game, of course. And cool. They might show a little overhauled version of it. I don't know. Maybe more social. I don't know. Rainbow Six Patriots gameplay. Hopefully, because it looks great, at least from the trailer we saw last year. And new Splinter Cell game, Splinter Cell 6. I hope so because I loved Conviction, and if it was 6, if this is gonna be our 6th game for Splinter Cell, I'll be like, damn, I feel old because I remember when I was a kid, and I played Splinter Cell, and I was like, man, this was worth every penny. Damn, 6th game already. Damn. So anyway, that was the Ubisoft conference. Now, let's talk about some of the extra stuff that they might just announce, you know, maybe before E3, maybe even a little bit after E3. These are just the games that are going to be, like, not thrown out of nowhere, just like, oh, screw them, but they're going to be, I don't know, just maybe announced at little press conferences here and there. Whatever. Here are the games that will be announced, but not at a big press conference. So, first one is Castlevania Lords of Shadow, which they pretty much said they are going to announce a sequel to Lords of Shadow. It's going to be Lords of Shadow 2, maybe it'll be called something else, I'm not sure. I didn't care for the first one, but I should probably get back into it, maybe try a little bit more and see if I like it, but I don't know. Didn't really care for it that much. This one, I know is not going to ever happen, but Diablo 3 for consoles? I hope so, because I can't play it on PC, and I heard it's so good after you get through the error problems. But I heard it's so good, I want to play it, but I don't have a PC strong enough, and I don't want to pay for a PC just to pay for the game and then play it, you know? Life sucks. So anyway, yeah, Skyrim DLC, they might show more of that gameplay for the Skyrim DLC that's coming out. And a new Bethesda game, maybe? I don't know. I think Skyrim's doing good enough, but maybe. You never know. Maybe Fallout 4. That'd be cool. Or Fallout 5. I don't know. New Vegas, I guess, was considered 4? No. Probably not. And the last two things is either a Homefront 2, which I saw in a couple magazines and some articles and websites. They said maybe Homefront 2. And I was like, you know what? That seems, you know, a good idea because THQ's taking it right up the ass for monies, and Homefront did really good, so they might announce Homefront 2, and I'm going to put this in here just in case it's not true for either Sony or Microsoft. Grand Theft Auto 5 release date. This might actually happen just somewhere else, you know, just not in the Sony or Microsoft press conference, but it'll happen in the Nintendo press conference because we all know that's going to be a great game for the Wii U. It's just like you put the controller down, you just stomp on it to curb stomp people. That'd be great. Anyway, there you go. Those are the games that will not be announced at big press conferences, I guess. Now we get out of the predictions area, and now we go to the show floor stuff. This is stuff I want to see while I'm watching GameSpot coverage or G4 coverage or game trailers coverage, just stuff on the show floor that I want to see. Okay, I'm just going to rapid fire this stuff, okay? Sleeping Dogs gameplay, the new true crime game that got renamed. I want to see that. Transformers Fall of Cybertron, the new Transformers game. Far Cry 3. Saints Row the Third DLC that's coming out this like September, that big $30 one. I want to see that. Tekken Cross Street Fighter, not Street Fighter Cross Tekken. Hopefully they'll show that. Amazing Spider-Man gameplay, the new game based on the movie. The Last Story, which is a new JRPG for the Wii, which looks really good. Darksiders 2, which looks good. South Park the game that was supposed to come out in October, but now isn't coming out until next year. Marvel Avengers Battle for Earth on the Kinect. They might actually show that on the Microsoft press conference, but I highly doubt it. I highly doubt it, seeing that it was just announced, but maybe they have something to show us. Hitman Absolution, Tomb Raider, maybe some gameplay on the show floor, if not on Microsoft press conference. Halo 4, hopefully. Black Ops 2, hopefully. XCOM Enemy Unknown, which is a new RTS based around the XCOM universe, which is actually, I think, is a remake of the first game, so... Dragon Ball Z for Connect, which looks absolutely horrible. I'm gonna be admitting. I'm gonna admit right there, it looks horrible, but I want to see more gameplay anyway. Resident Evil 6. Yeah, Resident Evil 6. Epic Mickey 2 for the 360. I just want to see how they're gonna implement the controls for the 360. That's all I really care about. Family Guy the game. Just want to see how terrible it looks. Aliens Colonial Marines. I want to see more gameplay for that, seeing that they delayed it, but you know. I want to see some more gameplay. Bioshock Infinite, if they have it on the show floor, hopefully. Battle Block Theater, that new game from the creators of Castle Crashers. And what else they make? They made other games, I think. I don't know. It's from Newgrounds, I think. Right? Yeah. And that looks great, looks very funny. And Deadlight, that new side-scrolling game that looks kind of like Limbo, except a much more mature version of Limbo. And that's pretty much it. That's all the show floor games I really want to see. I'm going to be doing a lot of coverage myself, so I'll tell you how I think all these games look when I see them on like GameSpot or something, whatever. So anyway, that was the show floor stuff, and let's end it off with my top 5 things that I can't wait for at E3. Top 5 predictions, pretty much. Let's start off with my top 5 predictions for E3 2012, and I tried to keep this kind of concealed when I was like announcing my predictions. I wasn't like, hey, I really can't wait for this, you know, so I don't have people going, oh, I saw that coming already, you were so excited about it earlier. So I did that for a couple of these, but I'm going to try to keep it concealed enough. So anyway, number 5 will be Dead Space 3, which I can't wait for. I love Dead Space 2. I didn't really care for Dead Space 1, but I love Dead Space 2. I mean, they gave us a character that actually could talk and we actually cared about. The story was good. All the supporting characters were really likable or really interesting. The gunplay was a lot of fun. It was much better than the first one. The multiplayer was a really fun addition. I can't wait for Dead Space 3. Number 4, Splinter Cell 6, or whatever they might call it. I love Splinter Cell Conviction. That was a really good game with the marking ability and the story, which was great. The graphics were fantastic. It was just a fun game, and I can't wait for what they're going to do with Splinter Cell 6, hopefully. Number 3, Bioshock Infinite gameplay. It's still my most anticipated game, like, in the next couple of years. I cannot wait for this game. Even Halo 4. I mean, I can't wait for this game, but the only reason why it's number 3 and not number 1 is because it's not coming out this year, sadly, so that means I have to wait a little bit longer. Yeah, and also the gameplay is just going to probably show us more of what we've already seen. So that's why it's only number 3, and that's why number 2 is actually Halo 4, like I just mentioned. Let me take a sip of this. If we didn't see any gameplay of Bioshock Infinite, and this would be the first time, then I'll be like, hell yeah, that would be number 1. But Halo 4 gameplay, this is our first time seeing it. I cannot wait for it. I mean, it's going to look like Halo, definitely. I saw a little bit of gameplay here and there, but I want to see a lot more. Maybe even a campaign section, just to see some of the environments you'll be going through. I can't wait. I love Halo. It's one of my favorite. Actually, you know what? I'll say it's probably my favorite series of all time. And number 1, the new Quantic Dreams game, which I love those guys. I really do. I loved Heavy Rain. I thought Heavy Rain was a fantastic game. I played that game about 5 times straight through. I actually played it twice in the same day. I just couldn't stop playing it. And I loved it. I really did. I thought it was a great story. Just great, you know, interesting to look at all the stuff, you know, go around. It's an interactive pretty much movie, but it was fantastic. And I can't wait to see what they do with their new game, especially after we saw that new Kara, I think it was called, the Kara thing that they showed off, which was just showing off some of the game, some of the graphics and the capabilities of the PS3. I cannot wait. I'm not partial to the PS3, but that is definitely my number 1 pick. And yeah, there you go, Quantic Dreams game. I can't wait. I know a lot of people are going to disagree with me. Some people are going to definitely agree with me, but that's my most anticipated thing at E3. I can't wait for them to unveil it, and yeah, I want to see what it is. So anyway, that was my E3 predictions. I know it was long, but there's a lot of stuff at E3, so, you know. Yeah. And I promise you my coverage will be much shorter. I'll just, like, go through some of the stuff I saw. And there's no way I'm going to see all of the stuff that I said, so don't even worry about that. But, yeah, that was my E3 predictions. I hope you enjoyed it. I know it was long, but if you watch it, thank you. So, anyway, there you go. There's my top 5 and my predictions. Thank you, and goodbye.